from Nexus, as Nexus is usually very, very early to the point, but he is actually a little bit slow. Doge beating him to mid by a fair bit, getting 2 or 3 stickies down before he can really do anything. Spies are just trying to cross the point as the spam is being exchanged. No commitment from either side yet. All just sort of trying to play on this low ground. No real contestation from the pool room except by on the engineer of red team, it looks like. But now the heals are moving forward across the point. Lau taking that beam on Scout. Looks like the spy did die in the background to Randy. But the point presence is all on the favor of red Pandas right now. Just a little bit of spam going on them, but other than that, there's really no contestation, and they're kind of letting this point fall, and they're actually losing some frags for it as well. That's 4 down on the side of hunting season, and the Pyro getting stabbed by Zoid there in the backline. The use comes in from T3 just as the stab happens, and he goes flying across the point. Does get bombed as well by Randy in the post-fight, but does hit a nice surf to stay alive. But in that, he dropped 2 players as he was sent flying across the point by the stab from Zoid, and that means that their point push has been unsuccessful. Ultimately, only Randy losing his life from that, despite the Uber trade coming out, Michael.
Yeah, definitely, and Ohai and Lau both losing their lives at the tail end of this fight here, but the point has still not managed to go across to hunting season. They're looking to finish it off here, committing a lot of their players forward, and they will finish it up as Pandas are a little low. Lock getting the pack just in time to keep his life, as he will rejoin his team, get some arrows into Doge and T-Son, but actually Doge will die along with Randy. Those are some really good picks.
Big picks coming in on the side from the Scout. Ringer of, what's his name again? Flare, Ray on your screen. As he does sort of solidify this point hold, but it looks like Locke actually does have a fair bit of Uber ad. I don't think they realize it because it was a trade on point, and it was just, I think, some surfing backwards from T3 that caused him to be a bit slow, but the spam is coming all the way out from Doge. T3 taken down super low. He's gonna force, surely. The spy gets the stab!
Can't believe it. Zoid, balls of steel. What a position. Jumps over Bird to decloak behind T3, getting the stab to drop him in a situation where he was just backed into a corner. But Pandas, they aren't going forward yet. They've decided to just use their Uber on Lau and Doge on the point to clean up some kills. And ultimately will end up leveling out the Ubers and getting this cap. Hunting season only managing to get themselves just over a minute, with Pandas having 50 seconds left. They're going to try and chokehold this out until it wins the round for them. But you've got a lot of damage coming onto Pandas while they're holding this pool room, and they've been seeming to favor this a lot, Xander.
Yeah, it does seem that while that's been happening, the sniper duel does get won by Ohai as he seems to settle into the game a little bit more. The decloak from Zoid right behind T3 hits the butter knife just as T3 wiggles in a slightly odd way, but it means that everyone is in a corner really, really low. Lau trying to capitalize on it right now. Some nice arrows from T3 keeping his Pyro alive just there. Pool room presence is really solid right now. Locke actually eats a fat pipe or a fat rocket or something there and does go down a little bit low. But he will take his sandwich from his heavy and just regen, and they have full ad sitting in the pool room right now. Point, little bit of a desperation point play from red team here, but the Uber gets used onto point from Locke and co. All the frags going their way, just a couple of spam frags at the very end, but it's too little too late. First round going on the board for red Pandas, Michael.
Yeah, and Ohai doing a really good job to round that round out for them, getting a pick onto T3 right at the end there before he could get his Uber. So Ohai really finding his stride in the game after dying to miss a few times at the beginning there. But you've got a lot of the same coming out from Crowder here. He's opted for the slower rollout while Doge will try and pressure himself across the point. And we are going to have a little bit of running around the obelisk for Doge here, trying to find players to spam. He'll settle on his own right-hand side on the big staircase. Ohai opening up the mid with a kill onto Shooper as he's bombing across, but Flare returning one onto Zoid. Pick class for a pick class as Flare will lose his life, and actually they'll get Doge for it, trading heavies now as well on the point. A lot of picks going either way. Sheep and Coden both dying, both engineers down. Bird trying to get something done on the point. Forward will back up to her medic in T3, as we're going to see Incision look at taking the beam and walking forward a bit here, but Center, he's getting ready for a pick, and he was going for the heavy, but Incision, he's just backed up, not even recognizing that the spy's there. As Randy, he's going to get some good picks, as we've got quite a long mid-fight on our hands here, Xander.
Yeah, it's yet to fall. The point presence is just now coming in, but the Uber is forced out. It looks like a solo on the scout, trying to get some damage in. Fades before they can do anything. Lock not in any danger during that fight at all. And now the Bird is trying to just contest a little bit, but the Uber does come out really, really deep. Cleans up the entirety of the combo for hunting season just there. Really nice Uber ad push coming in, and it enables them to set up really aggressively on the point. Looks like Ohai is sniping from the point right now. Does win the duel with Mist, and it looks like Zoid is just trying to get into a position for another cheeky play that we've been seeing from him quite regularly on this map here, Michael.
Yeah, definitely a slippery spy main he is. He's sitting in pool right now. Actually, watch Centaur get the pick on the lock. That was that was really, really good positioning there from Centaur. Sitting himself in a corner where no one was watching. Zoid, I believe, was looking in the direction, but may have just kind of not been paying attention as he didn't expect that to happen. But that's going to be hunting season's opening. They're going to end up with about 50% Uber advantage by the time Lock spawns and gets healing. And they want to take this point before he can get with his team again. With Incision, Randy, and Doge in the pool room trying to fight it off. They'll get a kill onto Flare as actually Crud will get forward and get a pick onto Ohai behind the point. I don't think Pandas are going to be able to do much here to fight this, but they're giving it their best. Lau getting forward and getting a pick on the Bird, but they've lost Randy as well to the sniper. And T3 will actually finish the cap off, having to extend himself forward on the medic.
Lock so low, yeah. Does manage to get back and get that pack. Heavy trades for Demo Man in this situation as well. Headshot ringing out from Ohai does bring that to Demo Man down on both teams. That's really nice to see from him. Shupa loses his life. Ray loses his life to Lau as well. And now there's so many players down. They have to back off this point. They have to give it back up to Red Pandas. Red Pandas just, no, I thought they were waiting for a little bit to wait for their spawns there. I think that is not as important in Highlander as it is in Sixes, as it was just a Pyro and a Soldier down and they were happy to wait for it. Centaur does come back in with the pick on Ohai. Ohai down is an opening that Mist will hopefully start taking advantage of as he starts walking back up to the point. Does get the frag on the spy. T-Son gets stabbed as well. Incision loses his life. This is a trade on point, but it's much better on the side of hunting season right now. Just some spam coming out. Crud way too far forward, gets caught, but Centaur gets locked. Makes Doge turn around as well, as he's forced Lau to come back and chase as well, and that is giving Exquisite all of the space he needs on point, cleaning up all of these last minute players, Uber ad and point in their favor now, Michael.
Yeah, definitely. It's hunting season. They're going to look to solidify their hold here. They're about a minute 15 behind. They need to catch this up so they can look at taking their first round early, as it is quite dangerous to let Red Pandas kind of get their groove going in these games, especially in the grand finals. Once they hit the ground running, there's no stopping them. As you can see here, they're trying to contest the point quite early. A Shupa with a really nice bomb in will find Doge, and that's going to stop any attempt at a push that Pandas had. Lock going quite low again to the spam behind point. And Centaur, he's going to look to uncloak in an area where maybe he just needs to try and revolver him, but it will not
doing
work.
So much there. His damage is cleaned up on by the forward player of the Heavy as well. Really nice aggression coming out. They get the medic, but it seems like their entire team is dying on the flank for it. Yeah, Ohai wins the duel against Mist as well. The Heavy is eating the sandwich behind point. Looks like he can't do anything. No, he does take Doge with him before he dies. Heavy, yeah, no, unfortunately not going to take the spy with him either. Exquisite does die. Flare trying to refight, loses his life for it, as that a little bit of an overextension coming in. Engineer down as well. Ohai is on a bit of a streak right now, as he is not being contested on the point right now. Finally, some people coming up, spamming him out. Mist is trying to take the duel. Headshot rings out, not onto Ohai though. Ohai returning the frag onto Crud super, super quick, but he does lose the duel to Mist. Mist answering back. Nice positioning from the spy too to clean up on that Heavy class. This is the best position that they have to push, as they are indeed pushing on that point. It's being contested quite heavily by Red Pandas though from this pool room. The Uber is used out. T3 is in so much danger right now. Doge jumping forward, getting some really nice DM frags there. Bird goes down as well. Looks like it could be some deaths at exactly the wrong time. They're not really in a position to recontest, although I say that, point does fall. That was, yeah, Exquisite actually managing to get Doge as well. Nice heavy positioning, gets 2 quick picks and secures the point for his team, Michael.
Yeah, definitely, and that's a really good time for Locke to die for hunting season. Right as their medic spawns, is going to let them get a nice, 15% advantage, so they'll be happy with it considering they're on the defense here. Oh, no way,
Zoid,
don't tell me.
Yeah,
okay.
tries something cheeky again, a little bit too cheeky though, not working out for him. So many players down on the side though. This is a dangerous hold. They have to hold it. As soon as they let this point fall, Locke gets dropped by Centaur as well, or not dropped, just stabbed, but like a really crucial pick for them right now. But the point presence is still all there. Even though there is no heals, they're letting the point fall. No one is walking forward right now. They're walking backwards. There's 2 seconds left on the point. Why would you walk backwards there?
That just, it makes no sense. Like, sure, I mean, look, it's not
Preserve
realistic.
The stats, bro.
Yeah, but like in a grand final, I mean, you know, who cares? Who cares? At the end of the day, if you lose the grand final, it doesn't matter how good your stats are, you're lost. So, I don't know, questionable decision coming out there from hunting season as Crud, he wants to try and make up for it. He's going to follow up off of Miss getting the opening kill onto Ohai. Actually takes some aggression on the point, Crud is. But Randy, he wants to do something about it, but he'll get minced by the sentry gun and Flare. Centaur going down. Bird as well, though, as we've got hunting season trying to set the pace here on the mid. Trying to get really far forward, but without their demo man at the helm, they're not going to get a lot done, but Crud's found his way forward, and without the heavy on the side of Red Pandas losing their demo now as well, that's going to be the first mid-fight for hunting season in this game.
Missed domes Ohai again, as soon as he spawns, he dies to that as well, and that was some really nice play from Crud, actually doing so much damage on that point, managing to walk forwards, really secured a lot of things for his team there. The Spy coming in, settles for the heavy pick, unfortunately does lose his life for it though, but the Ubers are now just in. Looks like Doge is trying for something quite aggressive, seeing if he can get a cheeky force out before anything is committed. Arrows being hit by T3 now means that the Scout Uber is threatening. No, they do choose to back off on the side of Pandas there. No trades coming out just yet. Point play is what they're doing though. Point play is committed. Ubers are traded behind the point right now. Much, much better Uber on the side of Red Pandas. Point being played. It looks like no one's actually stopping it now. Incision taking a lot of space for his team. Such low health on the side of Pandas, though. They do cap the point out, but it looks like it's going to fall pretty quickly to the recontestation of hunting season, Mike.
We should hopefully have a player coming in place of Shuper. It looks like he hasn't managed to get back in. So it looks like we will have Gooseman joining hunting season on Soldier for the foreseeable future, pending Shuper's net. So
yeah, I assume he's a merc right now. We do actually see that we are going live. Randy does get the frag, and the Spy coming in really big. Zoid, Sheepy, Engineer rather, and Bird both go down to that. It does look like T3 does actually live though, despite him being such low health. Does manage to get out, but yeah, as you say, point presence is not there for them right now. I'm just going to quickly retry, see if I can get my HUD working again.
Yeah, definitely, as we've got hunting season actually pushing back onto the point, managing to get the cap, so they're going to keep the time lead here. As Lau, he wants to get across, he will have to back up as Incision and Coden both fall, but Centaur and Sheep falling on the side of hunting season as well. T3 will actually get forced on the point. The Uber will come out from Lock as well to try and save players, but there's no one really for him to save. Most of the Uber ending up on Doge.
Oh, no.
T3 going down to Zoid right at the end of the Pandas Uber, with Shuper going down as well, as he is still in for the next 90 seconds after the unpause. And yeah, Pandas, they're going to look at taking this right back across point, solidifying their Uber advantage, and looking to close this round out, as they've ended up at about a minute time deficit here.
This is a pretty commanding position though, with some core combo players down. It's some forward traps getting set up. Ohai winning the duel against Mist this time, and the trap actually does manage to clear out the heavy rather. Spy getting a pick onto the Scout as well. Nice stabs coming in from Zoid there, and it does delay that push just that little bit longer as Crud dies again to Doge. Doge's stickies creating such havoc on the side of Pandas right now. Zoid does finally get cleaned up in the back lines, but it looks like too little too late almost.
Yeah, definitely Pandas. They're looking to get some players set up in the pool.
Doge again!
No. Just
the Uber comes
man.
out, they get 2 super quick frags onto the combo. Medic down, this forward trap is up again. Crud looks like he's going to go walk straight into it. No, he does choose to change his mind and walk somewhere else. But yeah, they've really solidified their hold as it ticks into time ad for them right now, Michael.
Yeah, definitely. Centaur going and getting a good pick on the Ohai. That's going to open things up a little bit for hunting season here with Mr. Live. Gooseman will die on his first rollout to the direct hit of Randy. Sheep will die as well to Zoid, who will die to the sentry gun. And we're just going to see a bit more trading coming out here. Randy going down to the sniper miss, looking to get himself set up on the Battleman's area. Exquisite and Kodum both going down, 1 down for each team there.
Incision 6 health, he's so low, wins so many duels whilst having no health there. Nice heavy play from Incision, gets an arrow from his medic, walks back to that pack. He's holding down this pull room so well. Just him and that mini sentry and that dispenser are successfully denying any players from entering into that pull room. This is actually a really cool strat. I've not seen too many people use it before. Gooseman does get destroyed by a nice reflect from Tison as the point is starting to get contested now. Uber's traded from both teams, but the point position in and player ad is all on the side of Red Pandas right now as Tison's walking across the point, shutting down as many people as they can. Incision walks out to deal some damage on the point. Lots and lots of excellent stuff. Gooseman instantly swapped over to the direct hit as well in retaliation, but Tison and his engineer partner will clean up on that. A minute left on the timer still. Player ad, T3 dies. It's just the scout. Not much he can do against an entire team right there. 3-0 is the result of your first map of this Respawn League Grand Final, Michael. Actually, see a ready up into the second map of our Grand Final, Michael.
Yeah, definitely. Panda's looking to close it out here. And now they picked Bad Water for the third, but they don't want it. Doge getting so aggressive, beating Crud to mid by a good amount, and looking to get some aggressive traps on the secret area, but that won't matter as Mist will open it up nice and early with a kill onto Tison here. And that's going to allow his team to get forward very nicely. Centaur making the best of it, immediately getting a kill onto Doge, and that's 2 combo members down on the side of Pandas immediately. But Hunting Season losing both of their pick classes as well. More kills going the side of either way. Pyro down on the side of Hunting Season with the Engineer falling on Pandas. More kills coming out as neither team wants to give this up. Doge is already on the respawn, and Pandas, with their persistence, are going to manage to meet up with them as they push everyone back. But T3 making a really good play to back out, cut his losses with his team. He'll keep that Uber, and it'll end up being even for the following fight.
Yeah, really lucky for him to get out there as Zoid, I think, chose to focus a different target, took him down so low, opted to get the stab on, I think it was the demo man of Crud there that got taken down. And does seem to let him live to fight another day, but they do get the point, of course, in that play as well. Even Ubers, as you said, we're heading towards this spam coming out. Gooseman jumping forward, trying to sync something up with his spy there. Both of them get taken out, unfortunately. Mist gets stabbed on the side of Hunting Season as well. Bird loses her life too. This is a little bit of a disastrous push right now, and Zoid comes in. Super clutch. The Pyro being down is the exact opportunity that he needs. 2 quick picks, including a medic drop for him there. Absolutely critical play to secure his team even more advantage on this point, Michael.
Yeah, definitely. Right as that happened, Gooseman tried to come in for the same type of play. Got a bit of damage onto Loaf, but he toyed around with him enough on the sloped ground. Makes it difficult for soldiers to hit damage, no matter what rocket launcher you're using. As Ohai will get taken out by Mist, trying to fight from his own concrete area. Will fall, and the Uber will come out from Pandas. They're looking to get aggressive and kill T3, and Doge will get it right at the end. But Gooseman, he's going to land on top of Lock, and this is actually a disaster for Red Pandas. They've lost all but 3 players. Make that 2. Make it a wipe. Everyone dies on the side of Pandas in that Uber push.
Yeah, they overextended just a little bit too much. They did manage to get T3 in that, but a late death from Lau, and of course, when you hold that point, your spawns are slower than the other teams, so it will reset into about 20% Uber ad, I should say, on the side of Hunting Season, as they do take the point for the first time in this game, looking to use this ad. And that, nice quick picks. Ohai goes down to Centaur. Centaur does lose his life. Exquisite way too far forward, but Crud manages to salvage it with a demo trade there. Some nice spam coming in. T3 stabbed again by Zoid.
Yeah,
Zoid
God.
is just proving himself to be an absolute nightmare in this game, Michael.
Yeah, again, it seems like Zoid and Guzman might be synced up a little bit here. Right, he's going for the stab as Zoid. Guzman's getting onto the medic, getting quite low again, but having no success with T-Son around. Incision will walk forward along with Coden and actually end up capping the point for Pandas, not letting Hunting Season get a lot of time, only just shy of a minute for themselves, but more players going down on the side of Pandas. They're getting their Uber here, so they might look at taking it aggressively, as it looks like Lau and Doge want it. They use the Uber, but Lau will die. This is a solo Uber on Doge, and it's gonna get absolutely nothing. They'll get Exquisite, and that's it. And even they lose Lock for it.
Gooseman, yeah, Gooseman, excellent post-Uber positioning, jumping forward. They focus that heavy really, really hard, but the crossbow exists. Some people refuse to ban this terrible weapon, and it does mean that the medic can stand in perfect safety and just spam crossbows at that heavy and absorb an entire Uber right there. Ohai wins the duel against Mist as well. Despite the point falling to Hunting Season, Uber add in their position as well. Zoid is decloaking in a nice position right now, seeing if he can cheekily get behind. Bird is checking really hard for him right now. He does get caught. Settles for a stab on the scout on the flank. That's all he's going to go for. Still, Uberad point in their favor. They're not really doing anything with this forward pressure yet, Michael, as Locke is standing in the right position to get caught.
Yeah, definitely. And you're going to see the Uber come out. I don't know what caused T3 to go flying there. He did get shoved across the point. Lau managing to get out from the position he was in. His Locke's going to end up on 90% Uber now. Maybe look at taking it in with Lau. They're just shy on the point cap. A few seconds will give it to them, but without Doge, they may not want to do it, as they will decide to back out. They've got plenty of time to play with it. They'll be happy to give Hunting Season a few more seconds so they can push this in, as you've got Lau walking across the point, meeting with Randy, and they'll be going forward. Uber not quite coming up from Lock yet, and they'll get the cap without being forced at all. Centaur and Sheep getting caught immediately in the back of the Pandas lineup as Ohai and Lau both goes down, so if there is an Uber that's going to be coming out from Pandas, it won't be brilliant, as they'll decide to back up behind the point now and wait for Hunting Season to push into them.
Yeah, the shot coming out from Mist there is crucial. Misses a drop shot onto the medic, unfortunately. That would have been some frag movie material if he had indeed hit that. The engineer getting a large brunt of this Uber as well to save his life. Bird jumps forward to see if she can do anything. The Uber is now traded out, but you can't cap the point when you're shiny. And they do drop the round to that 1-0 on the board on this second map here, Michael.
Yeah, definitely some promising stuff coming out from Hunting Season there. I'm excited to see what they can do with these next rounds, but they need to make a few tiny changes just to not let Pandas walk all over them like that. But I like what Guzman's been doing. If he can continue his play this way, getting onto Lock really effectively, that's, going to be their big opening is Guzman. He's getting ready. And is he, what's he running? His invisible form, Brandy knocking him up though, not making any difference of it. The 1-2 onto him as they will lose Guzman as well as Flair. And Incision, he's getting across the point. They will lose Randy and Lau. Scout Soldier going down for each team. Crud goes down as well for Hunting Season as Bird jumps forward with the detonator. Gets behind Incision. He doesn't even know she's there, as Incision will lose his life at the same time as Bird. But both heavies going down there. And that's going to be a solidification on the point from Red Pandas, even Ubers for both teams.
Yeah, they do hold the position, all the position on the point here, I should say. Looks like they're trying to get something cheeky happening. And this Uber is actually forced. I think the fear of Zoid coming out there does force T3 out. Ray or Flair trying to go forward, seeing if he can get a force out, but Locke isn't using to idiots right now, and he holds his Uber. They're going to use forward to save this point play right now, flashing a few times, cleaning up players behind. The Scout dies, Mist dies, the Engineer dies too. T3 actually does manage to live really well there. Looks like he cops a last-minute pipe from Doge, but manages to ultimately back out and reset with about 40% Uberad here. Randy absolutely farming on the flank again, winning that duel against Guzman with his trademark direct hit there as well. about 75% as these Ubers are now coming into play very soon here, Michael.
Yeah, definitely. And as Incision does fall to Mist, you've got Locke and the rest of his team backing up here. Lau needing some healies. He will get an arrow and be able to continue fighting. But Hunting Season, they're going to look at taking advantage of the Uber advantage that they've managed. Pushing forward, they'll get Zoid in the back lines and T-Son in front. And they're, just Pandas going to let them have it. Again, Pandas, knowing that they have this massive time advantage, they're happy to give it up a little bit here. Centaur will drop down right as Incision turns around and actually goes back to back with Locke. He'll end up living in house for another day until T-Son walks through with a nice predictive flare. And Pandas, they're going to use that to try and take this back across the point. Exquisite going down, but a lot of health low on the side of Pandas. The Uber comes out to keep Doge alive. He'll go through a really nice pipe.
From Doge.
God
that was
damn.
fat. Does pipe down the scout there. The nice aggressive jump with that Uber. T3 basically the only player alive on his team right now. Spawn's just now coming in. Locke uses these aggressive Ubers so well. Uses them when his team needs them, which is exactly what's keeping them on the front of this game right now, Michael.
Yeah, definitely. Just like the constant aggressive Ubers, especially on a map like this, as we've discussed, it's a really small map. So if you're on top of your positioning, on top of your timing, you can go forward. As actually, Doge will go down and that will trigger the Uber for Hunting Season. And they just kill the entire combo of Pandas, everyone going down, only 3 left alive. And I imagine they're going to be trying to make some plays. Coden battling it out with Flare right now. Will survive and live to fight another day, but really nice aggressive Uber coming out from Hunting Season this time, managing to get the medic and netting themselves a tiny Uber advantage for this defense.
Centaur dropping down onto the combo gets absolutely mulched by everyone. Doesn't even hit the ground before he dies. But yeah, nice headshot from Mist to clean up Locke there, which is, I think, what really helped them focus that collapse really, really hard. Excellent play. Mist again domes Ohai, so the play is coming out from Mist right now. Seems to be finding his rhythm a little bit more. Players trying to flood the point on the side of Red Pandas right now. Gooseman switching over to the direct hit, does manage to get some nice cleanup frags onto the scout. They're all over the point right now, and they're not letting it fall, and they're only a minute behind right now. This is a great spot for them to be one of the most commanding positions they've been in so far this game, Michael.
Yeah, definitely, and if they can take a good Uber trade here with Ohai managing to get a pick onto Flare, yeah, Hunting Season can really solidify themselves on this point and look to change the tide of the cap. They're trying to force this Uber. T3 really favoring to heal Crud here, and the moment he goes low, they will end up using Locke getting the better end of the stick. Will just have to keep this Uber solo on Doge, and they'll end up having it fade a little bit later, but they actually can't get the cap off of this. Goose getting in a really good position, getting a lot of damage onto Doge, and Lau having to back up, get an arrow, and he'll continue fighting. As Centaur drops onto Locke, misses his first stab. Locke will go for a sword, but in the end of the day, Centaur will get the revolver kill onto Locke. Massive there, as Zoid will die as well. No opportunity for a counter pick onto T3. But Pandas, they'll get the point. They have player advantage. This will tick quite low for Pandas. I imagine they might try and fight for it to go to the overtime.
T3 taking a lot of damage behind the house area as well. Has to wait for that sandwich, I think it was. Maybe a pack, I'm not sure. Looks like he went back to spawn, actually. But they do have Uberad. This is a push for them to win right now. It looks like they're starting to muscle forward before the Uber is even up. This is quite dangerous with this sniper sightline.
Oh, he'll get found,
and
okay.
Ohai gets the scout. Yeah, this Uber is not what you want to see. There's no scout in it. Flashes coming out left, right, and center, actually securing them a couple of crucial frags right now. Gooseman coming in on the side. Crucial pick onto the heavy there with that direct hit. Bird losing her life as well. Randy gets traded by Crud. Looks like they're all forced backwards off the point, though. They need to touch it. They don't manage to.
Oh, no. It's just something that happens again and again for Hunting Season. They had like 6-7 players alive there ready to play at the point and no one walked on it. 5 players from Pandas defended that, and I think one of them was a spawner. So it doesn't matter. We're going into what could be the last round, last mid here. Doge getting quite aggressive and eating some damage early on. Flare doing the same for himself. Zoid going for something on the concrete area will get found from Sheep, who is behind him. Centaur dying as well. as Ojai will get the first non-spy pick of the mid onto Bird. Gonna deny a lot of area, but man, a lot of damage coming up from both teams here. A lot of red on both sides, including the lock on the side of Pandas, having to position himself really carefully here not to eat a stray sticky or pipe from Crud. Will get back and will get a sandwich from Incision, as Pandas will concede the mid here. And yeah, just look to fight another day with even Ubers.
Yeah, Centaur in a good spot, actually dropping down onto the heavy from China, does successfully get that pick. And Liv, actually, which is absolutely critical right now. Scouts down on both teams, though. Ojai dies to a Gooseman bomb, too. So that sniper down on the side of Pandas. It looks like the hold is coming in much, much stronger. They're actually going for a really, really aggressive hold, and missed. Drops lock. Nice shot coming out from him. The aggression from Hunting Season looks like it's coming back to bite them in the butt, though, as it looks like the flank classes, the pick classes are coming in now. T3 still not used that Uber, but he's in no position to contest this point, as all of the player ad is in on the side of not Happy Feet, that was last night's game, on the side of Red Pandas here, Michael.
Yeah, different Lao team there, as Lao, he's been getting shut down a little bit here. I think not as many Ubers as ProSide has been getting involved with. Centaur will try and do another drop down.
T3 dies. He gets dropped by Randy.
Oh
Randy
no, the
with a
direct hit. You don't expect the amount of damage that it can output. Dojo get put quite low, but this will net the quite the hefty Uber advantage coming out from Pandas here. Going to end up being 70, nearly 80%. And yeah, they're going to look to maybe edge this point out. They ideally don't want to use before here. You'll have Exquisite and Goose, the front line of that point defense, coming down, as Pandas will get their first time in the round, a minute 30 behind. Actually, the aggressive Uber coming in. Doge flying in the sky, trying to land on top of someone. Flare, Crud will both fall in the Uber. T3 will eventually die to the pistol of Lao as well, as Pandas will only lose Randy and Lao at the end of that fight for the medic. I think they'll be happy with that one.
Zoid comes in trying to get something during that Uber as well. Doesn't unfortunately get anything with the Uber, but lives just long enough to stop the refight from Bird. Does mean that he takes that successfully lock with about 20% ad here. Looks like a strong position to hold the point on as these timers tick closer and closer together, Michael.
Yeah, definitely. You've got Pandas sitting in a nice position. Incision trying to take the rock a little bit more, but no, he'll have to fall back because of the spam, doing some long-range minigunning with Exquisite, and it looks like he's going to get left to die here, along with Lao and actually Ojai. Those three falling very quickly for Red Pandas, as they're going to have to back it up. Doge actually dying as well to Centaur, who was up above.
Yeah, Centaur actually doing a lot. I think he was the right player to pick on in the pre-game. You said that he was going to come in clutch for his team. He does seem to be making really, really big plays right now, as he's teaming up with Gooseman, just trying to spam out some people from the enemy China right now. Flare goes down as well to the engineer, loses the duel to the shotgun right there. We do see these Ubers even up, though. About a minute left on the clock, though, for Hunting Season. And the point is only just now being played by Red Pandas. The Uber is actually used out nice and early onto Crud by T3 there. They get 2 quick picks and a dispenser, which is actually really critical before the trade comes in from Lock. It looks like they're just using that to consolidate their position on point, but there are no picks coming in right now. Crud super aggressive. T3 actually arrowing a spy behind instead of healing Crud. Crud gets caught out a little bit. As does Flare. T3 just now starting to walk forward again. Ojai's in a great spot, though. He can hit this shot onto T3 right now. All of the frags are going the side of Pandas right now. Mist actually does manage to get one onto Lao, though. That might save his team some crucial time. 8 seconds left on the clock for them in this round compared to the 2 minutes of Pandas. All they need to do is recap the point here, Michael.
Yeah, definitely. Pretty much a cap on the point of Hunting Season will secure the round, but they are going to need to get an Uber advantage over Pandas to try and make that happen. Any even Uber trade is going to go the way of Pandas, I feel. They've just been playing their team fights a lot better, and Hunting Season, if there's a time to make some good plays, it's going to be now, as they're going to lead the Uber across the point with Flare. Actually, Flare, he's going to drop him! What a time for Flare to come out. Huge
time
from the
for me
fill-in there.
to drink my juice.
Yeah, definitely. That is a -1 if you're playing the lock drinking game. Is hunting season. They are gonna come back in. Really lovely Uber coming out from Flare there. The nice 1-2 onto lock, and that will secure hunting season their first round of the grand final. Maybe they can look at making it more. Do what Pandas did to them a few weeks ago and reverse it back for a 3-2 in their favor.
Yeah, that drop was just so critical. There was no reason for him not to use there, especially if you're in the trade mindset, which you should be in that situation where you're holding the point. You need to stop them capping. I guess he just didn't expect to get two-shot. He was like, yeah, this guy can't hit me. Unfortunately, he does, as we do head into our next mid, Michael.
Yeah, as Locker getting a bit too in his head, he doesn't drop to idiots, and apparently Flare is 3000 IQ. Centaur will be the first death on the mid again. Coden's dispenser falling shortly afterwards. As hunting season, they're not dying, but they are eating so much damage, as Gooseman will end up getting reflect killed by T-Son. Sentry guns will fall. Half of the deaths to this mid have been building. T-Son will finally tip that in the favor of players dying. As nope, teleporter going down again. This was a cruel mid for engineers, honestly. Ending up being half of the kills. You got Flare coming through with the Uber again. Lock not going to make the same mistake. He'll end up using in with Doge and xander.
Yeah, much better use actually from Lock that side, but the spy is in. Centaur beefs it a little bit there. No, he does. No, he does actually beef it. Sorry, I wasn't paying close enough attention. He does, unfortunately, beef it. But the pick classes are coming in. Mist going huge. Demo and Pyro picks from him in really, really quick succession. The aggressive Pyro jump in from Bird actually makes her eat a fat body shot from Ohai. Not getting away with that one, unfortunately. Randy's really low in the connector area, is forced to back all the way off. Point flip-flops really, really quickly now with another even Uber situation, Michael.
Yeah, definitely. I think Pandas, they might look at pressuring this forward like they have been before. Pick onto Gooseman is going to really help them do that. As a center, he's looking to get across, maybe try and get himself into a position below house. No, he will try to climb, and he might end up going for a pick onto Ohai here. Yeah, he will. He will go for the ambassador headshot. He'll miss the headshot, but end up getting the kill onto Ohai. Is missed. He goes for his own kill, but dies himself. But yeah, the players falling on Pandas here to the just concerted effort of the hunting season push. Lau taking a lot of damage. Doge as well. Lock choosing to use the Uber is going to look to get the point, but the Uber's just going to come straight back in from hunting season. Flare as well. I've liked this decision from hunting season, deciding to lead their Ubers with Flare. That scout a lot more. As a center, he's going to come through for a pick onto Incision. Lock will clean up that kill for his team as Exquisite, right as it gets the 5 streak, will die to Zoid. Just a lot of trading back and forth here in the combo and in the flanks from these teams, Xander.
Yeah, it looks like some pretty messy fights going on. The player ad is on the side of Pandas right now, and they are using that to walk all the way forward and cap this point. Almost no contestation coming out from the side of hunting season, and that is, yeah, just solidified by a nice headshot onto the demo man. A little bit of flank play going on either side. Soldiers trading on both teams right now. Lau down on the combo side of Red Pandas, as we do see them holding this point. Nice aggressive positioning from Incision. Does unfortunately cost his life, though. He does tons of damage before losing his life, though, and that may be enough to get his team the point. Ohai winning the duel against Mist. The use comes out really early from Lock. Nice force onto T3 though. T3 taken down super low in this post-Uber fight as well. Position is actually all on the side of Red Team right now, but the player ad is going to come and bite them in the butt, as it looks like everyone is now running forward on the side of Pandas, and they are taking the point immediately right back. Engineer goes down, basically the entire combo down right now on the side of hunting season, and Pandas recap it, and the point is now in their favor right now. T3 dies.
Yeah,
I just saw that right at the end. Yeah, Randy coming in for a big bomb there, Michael.
Yeah, bombing with that direct hit still. He's decided to run it for most of this game and look good on him for being able to get those plays in. Actually, the highest point scorer on his team outside of the medic here, so I mean, look, he's obviously doing something right with it. If he loves it so much, he can make it work, as is Team Fortress 2.
Zoid spawn camp the medic. That's a bra moment.
No way. Wait, did he actually? Hang on, did he get the kill?
He killed T3. He killed T3 right as he spawned.
Oh no, and that's gonna. They're not gonna be able to get the their Uber on the side of hunting season. If Locke wants to, he can just use this in. His Doge going forward will get saved single-digit health there by the time the Uber's used.
Poundage in that Uber from
God.
Doge.
So much damage coming out on Lau. Not even in the Uber is ready to clean it up. 10 seconds on the side of Pandas, but a lot of cap time on hunting season. If they can get to the point in time, oh no, Zoid, he'll kill Flare. Goose will get reflected. God.
I think he was trying to jump with that rocket too. That's bad luck.
Yeah, man.
There is a little bit of overtime on the point. Looks like there's a team in between red team and the point right now. It's going to tick away. No one even able to touch it right now. And that is your grand final, falling once again to the Red Pandas.
Yeah, that's their fourth season in a row now. Overall, I don't know, easily 10 plus. Just another title in the bag for them. Congratulations to Red Pandas, although I don't know if it has much meaning for them, honestly. And hunting season's definitely a good show to push them into this second place. A very dominant performance from them outside of their games from Pandas, and even excluding this one, they put up a really good fight against Pandas in a lot of their games. So I think they'll be really happy with this performance. If they can continue into next season and continue to improve, I'm sure they'll be able to get closer and closer to maybe getting that victory.
Yeah, shout out to both teams for excellent games tonight. Always great fun to get to cast games like this. Shout out to my co-caster Michael. Always great fun to cast with you, my man. Shout out to Connor, organizing everything tonight on the side of Crits Cast. And of course, thanks to all of you for watching. Hopefully we'll be back with some more Respawn League action coming up soon.
Yeah, hopefully, as there should be more news coming out about Season 6 relatively soon. Definitely, shout out to both teams. Shout out to you, Xander. We've casted a lot over the past few weeks for both Highlander and Sixes, so it's nice to finally put our voices to rest for a few weeks in the off-season. Shout out to Connor on production, making this happen every single time. He's the brain behind all of these productions. For almost all of Australian TF2. So can we get some clappers in the chat for him for sure? Deserves every ounce of it. And yeah, that's going to wrap it up for tonight and for Season 5 of Respawn League. Shout out and congratulations to Red Pandas again for the victory. And yeah, we'll leave you all tonight and see you again in Season 6 for more Highlander action.
Hi, old beaver! Away!